Hey all, Jake here, and as some as you may know, Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, and you know what that means. It's time to absolutely tear up my eyeballs because of bad decisions I decide to make.
You see, contrary to popular belief, I actually think that League of Legends is a bad game.
Why play this terrible, bad, horrible, bad, no good, bad, terrible, bad game when you could play literally anything else? Yes, that includes Imagine Babysitters for the DS.
It's not that the game has no value to anybody, it just doesn't have a place in our society at all. An argument that people will say is that it is a lot of fun to play with friends, and to that I say,
What are those?
I personally think that with friends there's a little fun to be had, but that barely has anything to do with the game at all.
You see, I just don't think this game is great in any way whatsoever. I've heard so many good things about it. But then I remember.
That's right, it's a MOBA game, which means... You see, I don't really know what MOBA stands for, and I'm, of course, too lazy to just look it up on the internet, so why waste all that time doing that when I could just instead hate the game without even knowing what the game genre stands for?
Now that sounds quick and easy to do.
I just don't really enjoy what a MOBA is and never really liked any MOBA games. I love team games and love to play them like CSGO, Rocket League, Valorant, maybe even a little Rainbow Six Siege, all of which are also sometimes competitive games, but the difference is...
They're fun to play whether you're playing alone or just playing with friends.
I just don't see the appeal to this game at all. Like, play this character, then go to this tower to destroy it, but be careful, because if you die, your entire team will hate you, and you could lose the game, so don't die. The character design and world is alright, I guess, but the gameplay is what is really lacking, and I just don't really like the gameplay at all.
Could you tell? Well, I don't have anything else going on. Every other single game is under maintenance, and Valentine's Day means that every place is shut down, so might as well put an ad out in the paper to see if anybody wants to play this dumb game. Calling all people who want to play the worst game in existence and just torture themselves could call me and play the worst game to ever exist, League of Legends. Well, I'm not expecting a whole lot of people to even care about the ad, or even look into it, because who would want to play this terrible game? Well, someone is here. What are you doing here? Did you see my ad or something?
What do you mean, ad? I just heard you say leave from halfway across the country, so I knew it was finally time to play Rocket League.
What if I told you I don't know who you are?
Name's Steve Brick. We met at a Subway a few days ago.
Oh, now I remember you. You were that guy at that Subway that bumped into me!
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Well, I've just got one small problem. I said League of Legends, not Rocket League.
God damn it, every time!
Still want to play?
Might as well. Everything else is closed anyways. Mind if my friends come in too?
Sure, no problem.
Alright. Coming in, boys, and introduce yourselves to... What was your name again?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Like the actor?
No, my name is spelled with an I and only one A. Couldn't hear it?
Sorry, I just go deaf whenever I think someone's a famous person. Well, come on in, boys, and introduce yourselves to Jake here.
The name's Sky Cool.
Like sky as in the sky?
That's the one.
Hi, I'm Young Ho Waters, but all my friends just call me...
Wait, let me guess. Ben?
No, they call me Ho. Who in their right mind would name someone Ben?
And I'm Joe Obama. Thank you for the hospitality.
What's hospitality?
I don't know, just heard the word on the news once, thought it sounded cool.
Well, who's ready to play some League?
Not me, that's for sure.
Great, let's start. I've always wanted to break the law.
Don't you commit tax evasion?
That's a hobby, not breaking the law. Breaking the law is more along the lines of murder.
Can't argue with that logic, I guess.
Wait, you're gonna murder someone?
League of Legends is a mobile game released by Riot Games in the year 2009. The esports scene for this game is crazy. The 2019 League of Legends World Championship had over 100 million unique viewers and peaked at 44 million concurrent viewers.
Holy shit, 100 million viewers? I only had 4 different accounts all on different tabs watching it.
You know you aren't the only one who can watch it, right?
Well, yeah, but if I don't have 4 different tabs open, how are they supposed to have 4 viewers?
That still doesn't explain how they had 100 billion people watching the championship.
I said 100 million, not 100 billion.
Oh yeah,
I forgot to mention, I'm number blind.
What?
The championship had a minimum prize pool of $2.5 million. That means that people are going to be walking away with the big bones at the end of that championship.
Holy $2.5 trillion?
Oh my god.
There are 2 teams with 5 players each who try to knock out towers and take out the Nexus. Whoever does that first wins.
Big whoop.
This game got off to a pretty massive start. By just 2012, 3 years after its release, it became the most played PC game in North America and Europe in terms of the number of hours played. The game has a very large following on streaming platforms such as YouTube and Twitch, and its popularity has led to many different merchandise and tie-ins, such as music videos, comic books, short stories, collectible figurines, and even an upcoming animated series. Promotional materials for different in-game cosmetics has attracted mainstream attention, such as the virtual K-pop group KDA, which is composed of the 4 champions Kaisa, Ari, Akali, and Evelyn. The game's wild success has spawned several spin-offs, such as a mobile version and also a digital collectible card game. A massively multiplayer online role-playing game based on League is also in development because of the success it has seen.
With all these things, how can anyone hate this game?
I don't know, guys. I might have to agree with Jake on this one here. Doesn't seem much to do.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Completely understandable, yeah. Shut your up!
Being the popular game that it has 3 different game modes, all differing in content it has to offer. There's the normal mode, Summoner's Rift. That is the game mode that the pros play and is basically the vanilla League. It's the mode you would see in your brain when you would think about League. Then there's ARAM, which is the same thing, except pretty different. It's same in the sense that there are still 5 people on a team. The difference comes with the fact that the champions are randomly chosen. The map is a single narrow lane with a nexus on each side, no neutral jungle area anywhere to be seen. This mode focuses on a more fast-paced team combat battle, rather than the slow grinding of the regular version.
These modes are cool and all, but it's not like there's a game mode that will play the game for me. Now that would make me actually want to play the game.
Yeah,
True.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Then there's Teamfight Tactics. This mode was released fairly recently on June 26, 2019. It is very different from the core gameplay in almost every sense. This game mode, instead of it being a 5v5 take out your opponent's tower game, is instead an auto-battler game. There are still all the champions from the normal game, but that is where the similarities stop. There are 8 people battling each other, building a team to be the last one standing. Players cannot directly affect the combat, but instead they position the units, or champions, on a board for them to fight other people automatically each round. In September alone, 3 months after the release of Teamfight Tactics, there were reported to have been roughly 33 million monthly players.
I would play this game mode more, but it would be boring facing the same people.
I said 33 million.
So are we gonna play this game, or are we just going to stare at the blank TV for a few more hours?
Personally, I think we should stare at the TV for a few more hours.
Might as well play the game to get it done and over with. Well, let's play some Summoner's Rift so we have an idea of what the game actually is. Can we all agree on that?
Maybe. If it's gluten-free.
What the is gluten?
Well, I hope it's gluten-free. Otherwise, this will have been a complete waste of my time.
Hasn't it already been?
I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
Summoner's Rift is the flagship game mode for League of Legends, or it could also be classified as the default version. There are 2 teams of 5 players both competing to destroy the other's nexus, but in order to do that, you need to go through both the enemy champions and guard towers, known as turrets. Minions also spawn periodically in waves from each side's main base, also the place where the nexus is kept, which aren't controlled by any players. These bad boys spawn at each team's inhibitor. These are located behind the 3rd tower in the lane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I hope these are the only minions, though, because I'd be pretty scared if anything else spawned. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool.
When these are destroyed, empowered minions, or super minions, which deal high amounts of damage, spawn onto the map.
Yeah!
Minions are guided by your team's champions in 3 different lanes, the top lane, middle lane, and the bottom lane. All 3 lanes are guarded by 3 turrets on each team respectively. The players try to guide the minions to destroy the enemy nexus and win the game. These games can last anywhere between 15 minutes and over an hour.
I'm not waiting that long.
Well, I guess the last thing to talk about is the actual gameplay.
Oh!
When you first load into a match, you have to select your character, or champion as they call it. Now, I don't have a whole lot of them unlocked, but let's just pick a character here.
What? You don't have them all unlocked? Who doesn't have them all unlocked?
You then get to spawn onto the map.
There's a f***ing map! There is?
Before we go any further, the camera is just truly dumb in my opinion. In order to lock the camera onto your champion, you have to press a specific button in order to do that. I believe that this is a dumb decision because the scroll for the normal camera is just way too fast for you to see anything. You really have to fine-tune where your camera is placed if you actually want to see where you are, and I don't like the inconvenience of having to lock the camera onto your champion every time you start a new game. You can also control the camera and look all around the map with the mini-map in the bottom right corner, which is pretty fun to use when you die. Another important thing in order to play the game is the movement.
They better not have messed up the movement. I swear, if they messed up the movement...
I personally think the movement is quite fun.
Oh, thank God.
The movement is very easy to understand and move places. All you have to do is just right-click on the screen and your character will move to that spot. Sometimes it's just fun to make your character go in circles over and over again. And guess what? The map comes back with more usefulness.
Let's go. I knew he had it in him.
When you right-click on the map, your character will move to that spot. There will be a white dotted line that shows up whenever you do click on the map.
You see, that's where other games falter. They don't let you move when clicking on the minimap, and there's not a fun dotted line that appears when you do. And sometimes those games just don't have a minimap.
That's disgusting.
What the f***?
Well, it looks like the last thing to talk about is how to attack the enemy. It may seem fairly simple, but it is actually fairly complicated. You see, there's the default attack where you just right-click on an enemy and it attacks that enemy. However, it may just be a personal preference, but it really annoys me how it doesn't auto-attack the next closest enemy if there's one right by the one you are attacking. If you decide to attack a champion while in range of the enemy turret, then you may as well write your will then and there. If you attack that champion, then the turret auto-locks onto you and they pack a big punch, taking a lot of your health. That is, depending on your level. With the higher the level, the less % of damage it actually does to you, but it still does a substantial amount. Aside from your normal attack, you also have 3 different special attacks as well. These are assigned to your Q, W, and E key by default and have different functions. You also have your ultimate, that is like your best move you can do. These can be used along with each other in order to squeeze the maximum amount of damage that you can do. Then there's the leveling up component. You see, in order to get these moves in the first place, you need to level up your champion. Every time you do level up, you get a skill point, which lets you either unlock a new skill or upgrade a previous skill.
You see, this is where they get you. They give you so many choices on what to upgrade, but the actual answer is just to never upgrade anything at all.
How are you supposed to win then?
Tactics and strategies?
Don't even start the game because it's bad?
Tax evasion?
No, that's me.
No, none of these. You just have to sit back and let your team do the work.
I guess the very last thing that needs to be discussed is the shop. If I'm being completely honest, I forgot that the shop existed.
Oh, come on. How could you forget the shop existed?
Yeah, that's my favorite part. They have the best bread there.
There's bread there?
There's currency in the game that you get from killing enemies. Let's call it gold coins. When you get these gold coins, you are able to buy items from the shop. The items are used to improve your champion's stats and help them not die. There are also different potions that you can buy, such as health potions, which heal you.
Wait, the health potion heals you? I thought it was something you just buy and forget about.
How have you made it this long without knowing what a health potion is?
Honest answer? I'm not really sure.
Either way, this game sounds pretty fun. Steve is telling us pretty true truths over here, not gonna lie.
He does make a good point. This game does have a pretty nice jungle.
I just like teamfight tactics.
That's it. Get the out of my house.
But we haven't
Get out! And don't ever come back. Unless you want to, then I guess you come back if you want.
No problem. Thanks again for the hospitality.
Do you know what that means yet?
No clue.
Well, boys, let's head out.
Well, after this journey of hatred and literally nothing else, I've come to have a sort of newfound appreciation for the game. Will I ever play it by myself? Of course not. Will I play it with my friends, though? Most likely, or if they are the ones who ask me to play, but I'm definitely not going to be the ones asking them. You see, playing with friends can be a romp of a good time, but solo queuing by yourself just makes no sense to me. Well, looks like everything is starting to open back up now that Valentine's Day is quickly setting. And hey, look, all the other games are available now too. I mean, I'll probably play this game again, but who knows? Now that everything else is back up, I probably won't even touch this game ever again. I promise though, I will never play this game again as long as my dog is alive.